Okay, this is the first episode of my Big Bang Sports update right here on our Star Sports. My name is Riyad Olaf, and I bring you all the latest you need to know about football, the transfers in this January. Today is the 13th of January 2023, and this is the first episode. We started live with Chelsea. Chelsea has been fumbling. Chelsea is not looking like the Chelsea we know. It's not playing with zeal. It's not with not confidence. I think it's the lack of confidence in the players who are playing right now for the club. Not really what the coach is doing or the hierarchy or the board is doing right now, but it seems there's a lack of confidence, the lack of commitment, like those times of the Frank Lampards and the Didier Drogbas when they were playing for Chelsea and they played with all their heart. They play for the shirt. Looking at players like Kai Havertz, looking like Jorginho, Frello, looking like N'Golo Conte, their contract is running down, and then they're not actually doing more for the club as it used to be. Now I see Jorginho leaving the club. Why? Because the hierarchy, the board is not really building on a team like Jorginho's. In Jorginho's opinion, and they want to build a team that is too young and can gel together for the next 10-20 years come. So they are building a formidable foundation for the club, and it's not easy for a club that has been in transition, and it wouldn't be easy for Graham Potter because he's been at the helm right now when he's at the head of the transition for the club. And it looks a little bit more like the fans are on his nerves because he's not producing, he's not giving out what the team really needs. It's a fascinating time. It's a difficult time. It's very hot seat for him, as he said the other time, that Chelsea's managerial job is the most difficult managerial opportunity that anybody will have. So he's embraced himself for that, and I think he's going to struggle. Looking at yesterday's game against Fulham, and then the red card that Joao Felix had. Joao Felix was the brightest spot in the team with 6 shots on target, with 4 take-ons, with he drew 2 yellow cards for them in the first half, and he did absolutely well for the club before he had the red card. And it's going to be hurting because Raheem Sterling is out, Christian Pulisic is out, and the rest are young chaps. I am vying to see the Graham Potter will be more ruthless in his selection to bring some players who are eager to play up against you. Bediashile, whom they signed recently from AS Monaco, to be one of the players who can be solid at the back with the way he plays, with the strength and the agile, the height he has. He can support the back. And Kepa Arrizabalaga is not proven to be the goalkeeper Chelsea needs. Now I think Chelsea have done what they're supposed to do, and they have to leave him. They have to find a club for him to go, because I thought at the start of Graham Potter's era, he was unstoppable. He was so great, and everybody thought his back to his very best. But no, the goal against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge wasn't one any serious goalkeeper. I mean, any serious athletes like a goalkeeper will let it go to that far post for Riyad Mahrez to tap in for Manchester City to win that game. That game was a game Chelsea supposed to win. They hit the post by Chukwuemeka, and Chelsea lost. So I think Kepa Arrizabalaga should be doing away with. Should leave the club. He's no more one of the players that Chelsea need, and Chelsea should get a player. Slolina is back there. They should get another goalkeeper who is more experienced to be in the post, and I think Slolina could be in the post because you see Ian Meslier in Leeds United. He's been fascinating. He's a young guy. He's not now 19, getting to 20 years, and he's been one of the most prolific goalkeepers in the Premier League for the past 2 seasons. From Marcelo Bielsa's time till now, he's been one of the the goalkeepers in the Premier League that every big team is looking up to. I think I had a rumor about Newcastle United trying to get him. I had a rumor uh, about recently Arsenal and Manchester United also tracking the young chap Melia. So Chelsea should give Slovenia the chance to also play. And I'm looking at the forward line and I see Aubameyang as a waste of £50 million. That is Tuchel's fault, because Tuchel wanted the players you want, and it's partly the fault of Tuchel and partly the fault of Todd Body, because Todd knew that Tuchel in the plan. Tuchel was not buying into the ideas of what they wanted to do, and he shouldn't have signed players that Tuchel wanted. At first, he should have fired Tuchel, but he made Tuchel dictated for him to sign players that are not needed in the club, like players like Koulibaly, who came to the club, and a player like how do you call him? A player like Aubameyang, who came in. I think Fofana was something that was initiated by the board, but these two players, Raheem Sterling, it's been awful. He's not playing like the Sterling we know from Liverpool and the Sterling we know from Manchester City. This is a different kind of Sterling, and he's not playing like he's playing. He's playing like an old player. He's not playing like a pro, and that is not helping the club in any way. And Chelsea needs to do something about it, because especially Aubameyang should leave the club. He's not playing with happiness. Aubameyang doesn't look like a happy player, doesn't look like a player who wants to play for Chelsea, and they should find a solution to that. That role for Fofana, who was at Ivory, who was signed, should be given the opportunity, because a lot of players were given the opportunity and they shined, like Harry Kane was in Manchester City. He was taken out from there to Leicester City to go and play in the Championship. He came back, and Harry Kane is Harry Kane. So Chelsea should give that Fofana the opportunity to also express himself. You can't have that Fofana on the bench, and you can't have an unhappy Aubameyang on the bench and be playing Kai Havertz as a false number 9, whilst Kai Havertz operates better at the number 10 role. You can watch the game against Bournemouth when Kai Havertz was playing at the number 10. Kai Havertz played as the number 10 against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. He was so good on the ball. His man tracking with and without the ball, he was so great. So I think Kai Havertz should be given his opportunity play, and Datro Fofana should be given the opportunity to also play as the number 9. And I see him as a killer finisher. You give him that opportunity, and he's going to do something for Chelsea. Chelsea is struggling, really struggling. They've been able to sign Joao Felix, who did well in the derby game against Fulham at Craven Cottage, but had a red card and is going to be out for a month. I think he's going to play against West Ham. He's going to lose. He's going to miss the match against Crystal Palace, and miss the match against Liverpool, and miss the match against Fulham again before he'll play back to West Ham United. It's another London derby, so it's more like a difficult transition for Graham Paul, and the fans should give him a time to get things around and start progressing. Now let's take our attention to Marcus Thuram. Marcus Thuram has been one of the French players who did well in the recently ended World Cup at Qatar. He's one of the young 25-year-old, and he's playing for Bayer Leverkusen. He's a talent. He's super talent. And if Chelsea could get him to the club in this January transfer, I had a news about the player not willing to move in the January transfer. And yesterday I had in the early 24 hours of yesterday, he changed his mind, and it looks like the player will move, and Chelsea should do their best to sign him. Youssoufa Moukoko is one of the outstanding players there at Bayern Borussia Dortmund, and Chelsea is trying to get him, but I don't know if the player is going to move. So Chelsea should give Datro Fofana the chance for him to also prove himself. If they can get Marcus Thuram. That will be a good signing for Chelsea. If they can, they should give the young chaps like Omari Hutchinson the chance to also play, because Bukayo Saka for Arsenal didn't come from nowhere. They gave him the chance, and he proved to be a great asset for Arsenal and then the English national team. So I think Omari Hutchinson should be given the chance to also play. Now, let's look at how Graham Potter is going to build a team like Chelsea to be a formidable team. Chelsea have signed players like Andrea Santos from Brazil. He's now there. They have Cesare Chesadaya, decided from Inter Milan. He's also there. They have Omari Hutchinson also over there. Chelsea need a right back now as a backup for I think Reece James, who's been an injury prone, and they need to get a player that will be a backup for Chilwell. I don't see Cucurella as a great signing. It's a loss of money, I think, because £65 million that was forked out to sign a player like that. It's not something we should read out. It's not something we should budge on. We should do more to get a better replacement when Chilwell is out, because I can see Cucurella as more as a defender and attacking wise. He's not good. He's never good. Nobody's going to tell you that Cucurella has the instinct of Marcos Alonso, has the instinct of Chilwell. So I think Chelsea should either get a player of Ian Maatsen, our player who is on loan at Burnley, should come in next season. Lewis Hall, he's been one of the bright spots in Chelsea, but he's a midfielder. You can exchange his midfield for a defensive defensive duties. You can see that he's good at the middle, and he's been doing well in the middle. So I think Chelsea should do well and get a backup for Chilwell. Then Ian Hutchinson is that's what a Burnley is a great player. So they should do well to get a player to also come and help the team. Chelsea is languishing. Graham Potter needs to be ruthless in his post-match interviews. He needs to be ruthless. You need to tackle them like Jose Mourinho, like Guardiola, like the top managers too, like Zinedine Zidane, Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti is so brave. Like Eden Hazard, talent like Eden Hazard will be on the bench, and Lucas Vazquez will be playing. So you should be ruthless. If you want to be one of the best coaches in the world, you should be ruthless. You should handle them like it is your business and it's nobody's business. And Chelsea should do something of the sort to get it done. Enzo Fernandez, the Argentine bright spot in the middle, the youngest best player in the recently ended World Cup in Qatar that Argentina won. He's one of the brightest spots, in Chelsea had wanted to sign a player. I think that Benfica is playing a hard ball, and Chelsea should have fought the 120 million for a player of that caliber. He's so good, and Chelsea should find a way to strike a deal for a player of that sort. So maybe he can be paired in middle with players like Chukwuemeka and then Zakaria, because I think Zakaria is good. Injuries is not helping. We have about 11 players now. We have Edouard Mendy out. We have Reece James out. We have Tijan Fofana Wesley out. We have N'Golo Kante out. We have Raheem Sterling out. We have Christian Pulisic out. We have a whole lot of players out there, and I think it will be good for them to get into it. Okay, so that is good for Chelsea, and this is all the news we have. My name remains Riyad Olaf, and we will bring you more in the transfer world and what is happening in the club. Today is Chelsea, tomorrow will be Manchester City. Thank you.